So through this online class tour, I'm gonna go through and show you from the beginning on how to access some material. The class you have entered in is Academic Success for Children with Dyslexia, and here you will find your home page. You can access your announcements. There's a welcome announcement. Read through it. There are a few tips on how to get started. I have my contact information in here with my extensions and my time that I will be available. And reach out to me if you need help through this course. I am here to help you and make this a successful class for you to gain a lot of information through. You will find your course descriptions. Here you will be able to start out with a child that has dyslexia. I have my course expectations for my students as well as for myself. Again, I have said that I'm here to support your learning, and do not hesitate to reach out to me for help. In Module 1, Impact of Dyslexia on Learning in Children. How does dyslexia affect these children, and how do we help them learn in a classroom? Again, here you will find your module descriptions, and we will start out with learning the characteristics and the symptoms of dyslexia and how it is different in, children. There are different degrees of dyslexia. So, what affects one child may not affect another. And here is a pre-assessment survey that, you just click the link and it takes you to the survey. And it really gives me an idea of, how much of dyslexia, you really know, or, do you need additional resources to help you get started. So again, in Module 1, there's a lesson, and it's dyslexia. What is dyslexia in children? There are a few resources that I have provided. What is dyslexia, and I've added some videos for you to be able to see, how much, one-on-one help it helps, or that they need, and how, it affects them. At the bottom of this lesson, I have provided some extra links that, they're not necessary for this course or for this lesson, but, just go through and see what you can use or may not can use through this lesson. In your discussion board, you will describe your experiences that you have with, a child with dyslexia or someone with dyslexia, and introduce yourself to your peers. Describe some strategies that you've used to help a child in a classroom with dyslexia, or for parents, what strategies have you used at home? How does dyslexia affect this person? Does it affect them with their social, making friends? What areas are their, strengths? Some may like art, some may like, crafts. And you can build on this and use this to help a child learn in a classroom. And, describe why you're taking this course. Is it because you need more strategies to help a child? Or, do you just want some more insight on how to help a child with dyslexia? And in Module 1, you have a little short quiz that, you will be able to take, and, it'll really help me understand, if you've absorbed the information, you need through the module, or if you're having trouble and, may need some extra help. So in Module 2, we're going to be able to support a student or a child with dyslexia in a classroom. You'll be able to see your, module descriptions. And through this lesson, or through this module, you'll be able to modify and accommodate a child with dyslexia. So in Lesson 2, we're going to, really understand how dyslexia impacts the learning of these children. They get frustrated. They get, overwhelmed. They lose their focus. How can you help them keep their focus and not be frustrated in a classroom when they're learning? In the discussion board, share ideas of ways to accommodate children. Yeah, as teachers, we can get frustrated just as well as the child. So, imagine, there's a scenario here. Imagine you're a first grade teacher and you have a new student coming into the classroom. The child's not doing anything. So how are you going to help this child in the classroom? How are you going to approach talking to his parents? Take your concerns to the principals. Be able to give me, a little bit of how you would take a scenario like this and be able to, help this child succeed in your classroom. And then you will respond to peers on whether their accommodations are, supported, or, feedback on, you say you do this, but, what if you do this and what you said? So, just give ideas to your peers, some feedback. And then in this assignment, you will be able to take some lessons, and I have provided a scenario of a child, and you can either use this scenario or, choose one of your own. But if you choose one of your own, give us enough feedback to know why you are modifying the math, reading, and writing lessons the way you are. Give us enough feedback to know, why you're helping this child, why you're modifying this lesson for this child. And you'll be able to submit your assignment when you are completed. And again, you have another discussion board for this module. You're going to be able to share your ideas of, why you modified your lesson. If you used a different scenario, give us enough feedback to know a description of the child so that we can understand the symptoms and the learning needs. Why, what challenges did you face in modifying your lesson plan? And what learning strategies did you incorporate? So you will be able to give peer feedback and offer suggestions to your peers. In Module 3, throughout the modules, you're going to be able to take this on into Module 3. And in your course description, again, you will be able to you're going to profile a child, from the education, from the home life to medical diagnosis. You're going to give recommendations and strategies and solutions for this child with dyslexia. So in Lesson 1, you're going to be able to understand the child's environment. Here you will be able to discuss the medical diagnosis, the evaluation, and include a brief description of it. So, are there things that are affecting this child, environmentally? What can be done to eliminate some of this, if anything? Is it the child's home life? Is it, could be a bully, how, and the child's not speaking up. So, you really have to get to the base of it and find out what's going on. So through this assignment in Module 3, you're going to be able to interview the teachers and parents and find out, give them a questionnaire and go. And have them fill it out. So you have a questionnaire for your parents and your teachers to fill out for this assignment. And then your final assignment, you're going to be able to take all the information that you've done through each module. You're going to be able to give child's background information, the medical diagnosis, the school and teacher evaluations, the parent and guardian evaluations. You're going to take this information and you're going to bring it to your final assignment, and you're going to include some additional information. What are the child's strengths and weaknesses? How do you plan to help him or her be academically successful? So be sure and hit on all these points that are required for this paper, and use resources that have been provided through each module, and be able to take your revised lesson plans and add them to your final assignment for before you submit it. And again, you can find your rubric on how you will be graded here. So be sure and take a look at it. And then finally, for the final portion of this course, you will give a reflection. Summarize what you've learned in this module. It doesn't really have to be, it can be in this module, but, what have you learned throughout the whole course? Was there something that, you didn't understand and you would like more information about it? So give a good reflection, and you'll be able to give peer feedback to help them develop their lesson plan ideas. So thank you for this looking at this tour, and hope to get back with you soon.